Laura TV. We are Jay and Laura LaFoon here to answer your questions about marriage and relationships. The greatest challenge in my marriage is finding the balance between a 7-month-old baby, 2 full-time working parents, and a Ph.D. student.
Wow. That is one intelligent 7-month-old already working on a Ph.D.
Yeah, we're not sure. I'm assuming one of the parents who's working full-time
is also working on a PhD
student.
Yeah.
Always the comedian.
Either that or they've got someone rooming there, you know.
Yeah, you do have a lot to balance here, but it's not an impossible situation.
I remember a few years ago, it's probably 4 or 5 years ago now, Laura and I, Greg Smalley, brought us into his community to do an ultimate date night. Now, Greg is the oldest son of Dr. Gary Smalley, who has since passed away. But this was right when Gary was having kidney issues, and he was getting a kidney from the youngest son, Michael. And so Greg and I were just chatting, and I said, you know, Greg, I distinctly remember being in my 20s and thinking at some point life has to get easier, right? It's such hard work. At some point it's got to get easier, right?
You think.
And I look back and I just go, you know, it never gets easier. Life never gets easier. It gets different. It gets new challenges and new obstacles. You know, for example, now the challenge for Laura and I is that we are dealing with aging parents. You're dealing with 7
Your mom's going to get really mad at you for saying that on camera too.
Hang around the elderly. They're so fun and entertaining.
But you know what? Different seasons bring different issues. But finding the balance now, if you can find the balance now in this stage of your life, it's going to be easier as you get older. And again, we don't do this very often, but one of the processes we put ourselves into 10 years into our marriage, and so we had a 3-year-old at that time, and working full-time ministry jobs and wanting to be good parents and all of that, finding balances. We put ourselves in a process to help us discover what our family mission statement was about. What do Jay and Laura LaFoon want to be about? And it was a process that we put ourselves through that gave us the ability and the freedom to say yes to the things we needed to say yes to and no to the things we needed to say no to. And it helped us find that balance. And if you're
it's helped us find the balance throughout our life.
But if you're interested in learning more about that, you can go on our store at jayandlaura.com and purchase the book, Make Love Every Day, 12 Surefire Ways to Celebrate Your Marriage. And it's in there. But again, finding the balance.
The process.
It is a process you have to put yourselves in. And it puts you on the same page. It's not a short process. It'll probably take you 6 to 8 weeks. But it did help us find that balance with full-time jobs and young children and activities outside of work. Neither one of us are PhD, so we got that going.
We're just naturally smart.
But really finding that balance and being able to say yes to the things that you need to say yes to and no to things that are really good, but are not a part of what you need to be about as a couple and as a family.
Well, we're Jay and Laura LaFoon here to answer your questions on marriage and relationships. So email us, find us on Facebook. We'd love to answer yours. God bless.